Hi everyone. I want to discuss a recent concert I went to featuring Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band. But after I tell you my experience, the purpose of this video also is to tell you about a terrible, terrible experience that apparently a lot of people had who went to this concert. Something that I was not aware of until a couple of days after the venue. Okay, I went to see Ringo and his All-Star Band in Farmingville, New York. And this particular venue, for me, was a good experience. I'd never been there before. I'd heard some kind of negative things about it, and I went with a little trepidation. But it turned out that for me, it was a really great time. And what I do is, personally, when I go somewhere, I'm very much an early bird. I'm very much a person who likes to have a lot of spare time. I wanted to get to the place where the concert was relatively early so that I could actually maybe meet some people, talk to some people that I recognize, that I know, who would go into the show also. So it was no problem. The show was supposed to start at 7:30. That's what the ticket said, 7:30 start time. And of course, as a lot of you know, when you go to concerts, a lot of times they don't start exactly on time. Sometimes they wait 15 minutes, a half an hour. It might not start till even 8 o'clock. But I decided, as I usually do with a friend of mine, that I was going to go to the show and get there at 6:30. Okay, at least an hour ahead of time. And it said on the website that the gates uh, open at 6:30. So I don't mind getting there early. I know a lot of people like to kind of like if the show starts at 7:30, they'll get there 7 or they'll get there 7:15. They don't want to wait around a lot. I don't know, but me, I always like to try to get there super early. So that's what I did. A friend of mine drove and we got there. And as we got to the venue outside, waiting to go into a parking lot, there was a line. I'd say we got to this line at about, I want to say about 6:10, maybe 6:10 p.m. We got to this long line of cars, and it was very slowly making its way into the parking lot. And we did get into this parking lot. I just happened to notice. I look at things. We got there about 6:28, so I'm very good with being on time like that. I wanted to get there at 6:30 when the gates open. We got in there at about 6:28. We were actually, so they opened the gates a little earlier. We got into there, and as we got into the parking lot, I thought it was looking kind of crowded. I thought, this parking field is getting crowded pretty quickly. But we got a spot, and then we just walked right into the venue, which was no big deal. We found our seats. We had good seats down in the orchestra section, and we sat down and we spent about, I don't know. By the time we were in our seats, it was probably about 6:45. We spent about an hour or so sitting around talking to people that were in the seats. I mean, we had to wait for the show to start, but that's what you have to do a lot of times. You have to get to these events really extra early. And this will play into the second part of the video that I want to talk about. But the show itself, I had a great time. I mean, this is, by my count, this is the eighth time I've seen Ringo live with the All-Stars. I don't know. It could have been maybe one of the time I've forgotten about, but I've kind of narrowed it down to 8 times. And I didn't realize at the time that I was privileged because a lot of people had told me that they didn't have merchandise sold at some of their concerts. Some of the other concerts people have gone to, they said, well, they didn't sell T-shirts and they didn't really sell the program. Well, here's the T-shirt that I picked here, Ringo, and this is the program, which is really a nice program, really chock full of good photos and information. It actually celebrates the 30 years of Ringo doing the All-Star Band and lists all the various incarnations of the All-Star Band. I will show this book more in its entirety if you're interested the next time I do one of my new Beatles finds videos. So if you want to see this, look for the next video that I wind up doing at some point called New Beatles Finds. All right, but Ringo was in great shape. You know, the man is 79 years old, and I was wondering. I thought maybe he was slowing down a little bit lately, but no way. This guy was up there running around, doing jumping jacks, playing the drums, like he was a kid. It amazes me, and to me, I think that Ringo can actually go on, till he's 80. I could see him coming back at 80 next year, or 81 the year after that. He shows no signs of slowing down. He was in good voice, I thought, good performance. Really had a terrific time. I do say though, if I want to be a little critical, I haven't seen him in 5 years, but he's been doing the same, pretty much the same set list forever, and he has the same lineup. The All Star Band. This has been the same band he's been playing with for 7 years now, since 2012. So it'd be nice to see a change in the lineup. Not that I don't like the present one, but I just like the difference. I think one of the appeals of the All Star Band is getting to have different, co-stars along with Ringo. Now, for the other half of this video, something I wanted to talk about. I was very shocked and alarmed to read a couple of days after the show that there were other people, a lot of people online talking about this, who tried to get in and had tickets and could not get in because the parking lot was full when they got there. Some of these people actually say they got there pretty early. They say they got there kind of around the time that I did, an hour early, which, if that's the case, then I just made it by the skin of my teeth, as the saying goes. But there were people, including one person I know, of who spent $700 for VIP tickets to get in the front row, okay? And this person disgracefully could not get in. I mean, think about this. And other people say, I spent $300. It doesn't matter how much they spent. The thing is, they got screwed. And whether you spent 300 or 700, I can't even imagine what that's like. I know you want to hear about a rant video? I do rant videos where I bitch about things. You want to hear a rant video I would make if that was me? And I say, I don't know if they just got there too late. I don't know. But who would have thought? Some people said, we were planning on getting there 45 minutes ahead of showtime. And some of these people said they never got in at all. They never got a chance to see Ringo at all. Some of these people were saying that they actually wound up missing an hour and a half of the concert. By the time they got to their seat, the show was half over. Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely disgraceful. I mean, for me, I was thinking that this place, this Farmingville concert, was actually enjoyable for me, and I actually said, yeah, maybe I'd see another show there. If they ever have another show, I'd go there again. But after hearing all of this, just on principle to support these people, I won't go there anymore. I very much doubt it, because it could be me. If we had left 5-10 minutes later than we left, my friend and I, we might not have ever gotten into the parking lot. Now, what's also absolutely insane is that some of these people, a lot of these people, said because there was no room in the parking lot, they had them go to a town hall parking lot, which was, one person I think said 2 miles away, which sounds incredible. I don't know if it was 1 mile or 2 miles away. And then they had to wait for a shuttle bus forever. And the shuttle bus what turned out to be an orange school bus. And when the orange school bus finally took people over there, by the time they found their seats and got into the place, like I said, either their seats were already taken. It was too dark by this time. It's nighttime, and you can't really see your seats. And their seats had some of them said their seats had been taken by people who moved up, because there was general admission seating in the back on a hill. It has like a grass hill, and some people were sitting up there, and then they moved forward and took these people's seats. So they had to take a school bus a couple 2 miles or something to get to the actual concert and leave their cars. And then after the show, I don't know how they got back to their cars parked 2 miles away. It was very badly organized, very badly handled, and I know that they're talking about a class action lawsuit, and I say go for it. You people should sue them and get your damn money back. Everybody wants to get their refunds. As I say, I'm happy I had a great time, but I feel really sorry. My heart goes out to these Ringo fans that missed their show, or entirely, or missed half of it. Good luck.